Hello everyone. I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes about the differences between the classic and enhanced digital experience site builder. So, just from a design standpoint mostly. So when you enable your digital experiences and you have the option of creating a new site, then you'll see this page that has templates already pulled in. And the lightning bolt means it's a classic lightning page builder. And then they have these newer enhanced versions that give you a little bit more flexibility and a little more design options, but they are different. I would encourage you, if you're going to build a site, to explore both types to see that what you feel more comfortable with. I'm going to go over just a few of the design features so you can see the difference. So one of the first things that stand out is just the components. So when you choose a template, it gives you the components that are geared towards that site. So if you have a customer service site, then they're going to give you those components, and the pages are customized as well. When you go to the enhanced experience site, they have different components. For example, they have the drag and drop button that you don't have in the others. They have a horizontal line, which seems like something insignificant, but it's actually really important because if you have content on your page and you need a horizontal line to separate your content, the classic site doesn't have that capability unless there's some way to find that in the App Center. But when you pull in a horizontal line, it has to be an image and it fills up just the container. So if you have a container with 3 sections, you're only going to be able to pull in a horizontal line for that section. And this gives you a nice horizontal line for the entire length of the site. I'll try to give you an example of that when I get over there. So it also has this interesting option when you pull in images. It tries to link you, or it does link you to a CSM workspace, which is an app. So it sets up a workspace where you have to pull in your images before you actually pull them into the site, which I have not played a lot with, but um, I haven't had a chance to really look at that since I'm not really using this site for now. Both of them have the marketplace connection. So, for example, there are no calendar components, so you could search for a calendar component to pull in. Let's see if they do have a horizontal line. That would be kind of a weird thing, but the other one doesn't have it. So I'm wondering. No. So yeah, it's kind of a interesting, it's a very basic design feature, but it's necessary if you want to have just a simple line versus a big column that you add there. Um, Give that a try and see how that looks. So again, they have different ones and it's just designed differently. And another thing that's really interesting is the theme. And I have not been able to find a way to change themes, whereas in the classics you can. The colors are way more advanced. You can change text, link colors, button colors. They have this advanced feature that gives you a lot more capability in that way. And I think as far as, yeah, site spacing, forms, theme settings, they give you just a lot more options. All right, so back to the classic section, and I can show you what I mean by a line. If I go to my projects page, then you can see what I mean by the line issue. So down below, see how the line, this is actual image that I needed to pull into the container, but it only goes to the length of the actual column. And again, down here, there's no way to pull in a nice vertical line in between. It's just kind of a silly little thing, but really helps with the design. Now, the thing that's really kind of threw me at first is when you choose a template that you want to use, your pages, if you have the same, they have the same 1 to 2 formats that you can assign it, and they actually, how do I say this? They're linked. So right now, if I go to my home page, then you can see that I have this banner that I created to put above it. But if I go to, say, a resources page that has the same layout, it has the same banner. And if I attempt to change this, I want you to see what happens. The headers are linked. So if you go back to the home page, then it pulls in there. Interestingly, when you drag your elements in, you can see that the pink is the template header and the template bottom. So they're going to be linked if it's in pink. So whatever you put in here is going to be the same on the pages with the same format. Now, in order to override this, and I'm going to go ahead and change this back. Oh, what was the last one I did? I think that was that one. And yes, by the way, you can put GIFs in here. So if you have a banner or any kind of art with GIFs, they will actually pull in, which is really nice. That was a nice surprise. So I'm gonna delete that. Okay, so to override this, what you have to do is assign a different template and override the page template. So if I want to do that, I would need to go to, let me see, not to my theme, to my settings, and then you're going to go to the theme and to configure. And by the way, you can see right here that you can change your theme. And if you do play around with other themes, it does save your content. So if you change back, it goes back to what, it doesn't lose any of your information. So you configure it, and then you have to choose a new theme layout. So I'm going to call this resources so that I know this is my separate theme. And then you can assign whatever they have available as far as layouts. And there's a drop down that has a theme, layout starter, login. You could play with different ones. I'm going to stay with the one I've been using, and then I'm going to save it. Okay, so now I have a new theme layout. The next thing you need to do is go over to the page that you're going to use. And I haven't added this to my navigation bar. That's easy to do. You just click on it. Here, we'll do that next. But you go to the cog, and it's going to pull up the settings for this page. And what you want to do is click override so that it's not going to link to the original page. And then you're going to pick the theme page that you just created. Now I have unlinked them. I have a separate resources page that whatever I do to this page is not going to affect any other of the pages in that theme. And then if I want to add that to the navigation menu, I just edit the default, add this new menu item, call it resources. I'm going to link it to a page, and then I created that page already, or if it's part of the default. You want to make sure it's publicly available if you want others to see it, and then save the menu. And then there it is, publish your changes. Okay, that's all for this tutorial. I hope that was helpful. It kind of threw me at first that the headers were repeating, and I had to just trial and error my way through figuring out how to separate those out for any kind of page, unique page layout. So thanks for watching.